Okay, so here now we will see how to apply our styles to the components first one by one. Okay, let us go to our header component. So this is my header component, right? So it is always better to have a separate styles for each component instead of writing on all styles in one file. So here let us write one style component. Okay, here directly go here, right click, new file. So what is my component name? Header.css. We have written like a header.js and we are writing a header.css. Whatever the styles I want to apply, I want to apply here. So by default, what I want to do, I want to apply based on the tag name. Okay, later I will go for a class name. Later I will go for a ID name. That is okay. So for now, I want to go for a class name. I'm going to remove here. And so what is my project name in the header? So my project name is a payroll management. That is the one. And let me save it here. So this is a project payroll management. So for payroll management, I want to add a background color, light background color and one underline border for this one. So I want to apply based on the tag name. So what is the tag name here? H1. Let us go for H1 here and write like a H1, open bracket and close bracket. So I will say background color is equal to light some color. Okay, let us. And I want to add a border bottom. We can add a like a border hyphen bottom. So 1 pixel solid some black color, that is okay. So file save all, and if you are going to reload it, is there any color it is applying? No. Okay, because we have created a file and we have created a JS also. There is no link between this HTML and CSS. If you are adding the link, then only automatically it will import it. If it is a normal HTML CSS, we can write like a link tag and we can import that styles. But here you no need to write that link tag and those things. We need to import that component here. Okay, what is the file I want to import? Okay, so what is my file name? Write import. What is my file name? Header dot. And this header and these two files are available in same folder or not? Yes. Whenever these files are available in the same folder, we will write like a dot means current. And what is the file name? It is a header.css. Okay, something. Now I am going to save this one and reload it here. See here, I have imported the header. So what is how to import it? Write import. And what is your file name? Header.css. Simply write like header.css. So automatically it is going to import our file. Okay, so it is going to import it. And now the styles are applied, right? But if you see the code, all the components, my intention is I want to apply CSS for only my component, but by mistake or some way you are writing one component, one style, but it is automatically applying in all the places, right? So there is a problem. We don't want to apply this style in all the files. I want to apply in only one file. Okay, to solve this problem, we have to go for another concept called CSS modules. Okay, this is the problem. To solve this problem, what we have to go for? We have to go for a CSS modules. Before going CSS modules, let us complete this way. Okay, so once you import it, to solve this problem, we can go in a simple way here. Here, instead of writing this class based tag based, I'm going to write a class based. Dot means a class. So here I will go here, and where I want to use it here, right? I'll say class name is equal to h1. File save all. So it is applying for only my header. So now you are seeing a header for payroll management. Header is there. So and you can write any styles. Go to this header.css. You write the tag name, ID name, and you write the complex like we have that complex styles, right? What is how many types are there? CSS simple, combination, pseudo selector, pseudo class, attribute. Correct, right? You can write any selector, no problem at all. Everything will work fine. The only thing is you need to write CSS and you need to import it here. That is the only problem. But there is a problem here, right? To solve this problem, in some projects, what they will do, they will not follow this approach, because a developer one, what they have done is they have created one style. That style name is a H1. Suppose in the footer.html, by mistake I am using the same class name. Okay, but I want different color. What is the problem here? Whenever I am saving this file, whenever I'm saving this file, automatically same color is applying in the footer also, right? The developer, whoever the second developer is thinking, I am not writing any class here, and how the color is coming. You need to verify all the project where in which file this style is defined. There is some work or not. To solve this problem only, don't go with this way. And there is a second way is called modules way. Okay, CSS modules. So why we will go for a modules is we don't want to overlap one component style to the other component. That is the reason we are going for a CSS module. Sometimes I want to write a common for all the components. Then I no need to write those styles in all the files. Simply you can go here and there is a file called index.css. Whatever the common for entire project, you can define those styles in the index.css file. But whatever the files you want to write differently for each component, then we are going for here and write it. So now earlier, what is the style we have written? Header.css. Right click, rename. Okay. Here you need to write like a header.module.css. Same name only, same style only. Now, what is the component name I am writing? A module.css. So, and whenever you are changing this name, definitely you have to import it here also. So, what is the name I should write it? Module.css. Okay, file, save all. Okay, so let us see. This time it is nowhere it is applicable, right? See, is in the header also my style is not coming. Whenever you have converted your normal styles into module styles, you cannot write like this directly. So what is your class name here? H1. You cannot if you are directly applying like H1, the style will not apply. Okay, to solve this problem, the import style also little bit different. Here you need to say classes. Okay, you can write any variable name here, but most of the time I want to write a classes. I will say classes from something like this. Okay. Okay, so it is saying that it is not never read. That's fine. Okay, so whenever you are writing a model, so you need to change your syntax like this. Import. Here you can write any name, no problem. A, B styles also we can write it, and you need to write like a from. The remaining this one is the same only. You need to write a from. Now I will copy here, and what is the where I want to apply it here? Here. Okay, so something like you remove this one and write like this. Okay, here you will say classes dot H1. What is my class name? Internally, I have written here H1. So, and what is the variable name I have declared in the top? Classes. So, I will say classes dot H1. And you need to write inside the JSX file, save all. If there is any error, now it is applied, right? So, even though you have defined your HTML here, it will not impact any other place. See, now go to footer. Still, I am using this H1, right? This will not work at all. Here, the style will not override in this place. So, if you want to write a component specific styles, then what is the approach? We should go for a module based. So, if I want to write in steps, first step. So, suppose I want to write for footer also module based. So, let us go and create a one file. So, what is the file name? Right click footer dot module.css. That is okay. Now I want to write like a H1 only. I want to write it. No problem. You can have a same name, but this is separate from that. So that is okay. Here I want to apply a different background color is equal to, I will use a different light blue color, something light blue color. Okay. Now I want to use this one here. So first step, what we have to do? We have to import that. So importing is easy. Import. Okay. Classes. Okay. You can write any name. No need to be class. You can write any name. And from, what is the file I want to import it? Footer.module.css. Okay. That's all. And whenever I want to use it here, now next step, what I have to do? Remove this normal style and write like our JSX style. Okay, simple. Classes dot, what is my in variable name, CSS name? H1. So file, save all. It is going to now for top on one color, bottom one color. If you are not using this module approach, what will happen if you are using a one class name for two components, whichever is coming last, that color will highlight. Okay, to solve this problem we are going for a module based. This is an interview question. How many ways you can import your styles? How many ways you can import your styles? By default I can write a .css file, I can import it. If you are importing like that, what is the problem? It will impact in all the files. To avoid this, what is the approach? We can go for dot module approach. So inside the dot, whenever you are writing dot module approach, you have to take care about the any variable name. You can write a, and in the bottom also you need to use a only. Okay, something. But most of them for better meaningful purpose will write a classes. And here inside here, whenever you are writing any class names, write your class names like our object names. So don't follow like a variable names are there, right? What are the JavaScript variable names you should take care? A to Z, 0 to 9 underscore dollar. Only that variable names you should use it whenever you are using a module based. Okay, don't use the normal approach. You can use the that variable name approach. Okay. This is a two ways. Suppose I want to write a internal style. I don't want to write it a module, or I want to write it like a inline, like the other file also. I want to style based on the like style is equal to something like this. I want to do it. I want to remove here, and let us apply using the internal. Let's go with the internal style. Normally, how will you apply inline style? Tell me. Forget about the internal. Go with the inline. Inline. Okay. How will you write it? Style is equal to. So usually we'll write it like a like this. Okay. Background. Let us write a background. Background hyphen color colon blue color. Something like this. We'll write it. So whenever we are writing like this and reload the page. So what is happening here? What is happening here? Reload the page. And whenever there is a white page, clean whiteboard, then definitely there is a problem in our code. Let us go here and see. Okay. So the error is above occurred. And where is the problem? Style and property expecting a mapping from style properties, but is not a string. It is saying there is a problem in your code. So what it is telling the error also in which line style, and you see here, and it is expecting they are giving an example. Hello developer, don't think this is a normal HTML code. This is a React code. Here inside here you have to write like this. Okay, first you open your JSX syntax. Inside the JSX syntax, you write another object. There you write all the properties. So this is the way you should write your inline. So let us solve this problem here in the okay. Whenever you want to do it in the React, don't apply our HTML knowledge here. We have to write a JSX first. Inside the JSX also directly I should not jump and write the code. Inside the JSX here, I need to create an object. How to create an object normally? I can write like this. Simple open and bracket is nothing but a object. Here you can write your properties, whatever the properties you want to apply. What is the property you want to apply? Background color. Okay. See here, whenever I'm typing here, it is coming right background color. And what is the value I want to give it? You can give any color, blue color. Let us save here and reload. See, blue color is coming. So this is the old error. Let us reload. So like this. So whenever you want to apply any inline styles, so this is very, very important. First step, what you have to do, you have to write a style. Okay, style. And inside the style, you need to write a JSX syntax. Inside the JSX syntax, you need to write a object. In that object only, you need to create all the properties. You can apply any number of properties, font style, font size, height, width, any property you can write it, but only you need to write inside the object, not directly outside. So this is the way you should write it. Okay. So with these three ways, you can apply your style here. Okay. You can apply your styles. Suppose whenever I want to write like I want to apply two CSS classes. I want to apply two CSS classes. Then I can directly apply like this. Suppose I want to apply two CSS classes. Class name is equal to, and this is a module based or not module based? This is a module based. Whenever you are writing a module based, so what we are writing it, open bracket classes dot h1, classes dot h1. Okay, so if you are going to do like this, this is okay. But now the problem is, suppose I want to add a white color font. What we want to add a white color font, and let us write one simple class for this one. So go here, I will say font hyphen, I will say font white. Right. So this is the class I want to apply. So how many classes I want to apply on a single element now? Two classes. If it is a normal CSS, and if you're not going to use a class based, you can write like this. If you are using a normal class based, you can say h1 comma font weight, something like this. Will not work out because we are writing a module based. So normal way you can do it. This is a, you can simply give a space and write it. But since we are writing a JSX way, if I am going to write like here and space classes dot, what is the second class name? Font weight, like font white. Let's have something like this. If you are writing like this is a perfectly invalid code. You should not write like this. Whenever you want to write two classes here, two classes, this is like a JavaScript. This is, it will internally think this is JavaScript one variable and this is a another variable. I should not write like this whenever you want to do it. For single variable, perfectly fine. For whenever you want to write it, string concatenation, whenever we want to write one string, what we'll do, we'll write like a space, and again I can write a another code. What is the code from where I want to write it? Classes dot font weight, something. So here we are using our string knowledge. String plus string, a string only, and we are writing a space also because I want to apply multiple styles, right? That is the reason I am writing a plus something, and let us save here. And whenever we are reloading, white color font it should display. So let us file, save all, and reload. See, white color font is coming, right? So whenever you want to apply multiple styles, this is the real scenario you will see in the project. Sometimes you have to apply multiple classes. Okay, in that case, you are going to write like a first class and then string concatenation second class. This is a one way. And second way, how many ways we can write our strings? Three ways, right? Single quote to double quote to backticks. Backtick is more advanced, like more advanced, right? Instead of doing like this, I am going with the backticks approach. Okay, so what is the backticks approach? I am going to do like a backticks. So this is backticks and right. Inside the backtick, what is my first class name? I can write like a so dollar and something like this. Let us go with the. So what is my first class name? Classes dot h1, and what second class name? Again I will say classes dot font white. Okay, so let us go on see, let's see this problem where it's so it is not something I need to add a dollar. Okay, and here also I need to add a dollar. See, so here the advantage is you are not adding that plus and that string concatenation, nothing you are doing. You are using your string knowledge, but you are giving a dynamic values. That is a real advantage here. Okay, so either you can go for this approach or you can go for a normal approach also. Anything is fine. Okay, so this will come whenever you want to apply multiple CSS. In the first case here, I am writing a, this is one class I want to do it, and this is a dynamic class I want to apply here. And here also I am applying using our string knowledge we are applying here. Okay, and apart from this, okay, there is a array also you can give it. Do you know what is an array? Whenever we want to give multiple values, we can go for a array. So simply I can go here and remove everything. Okay, and I can write a array. So inside the array, what are the classes I want to apply? Two classes. Tell me, classes dot h1. Okay, and what is the second class I want to apply? Classes dot font white. Okay, if you let us save here and see what is the value we are going to get. Is there any color it is applying? No. Okay, if you are giving directly array like this, it will not work out. But if you are converting an array into string, it will work. Array into string, what is the method we have it? Join method. You remember join method is there, right? Simply write like a join, and I want space between one element, right? That is the reason I'm going to give like this. Same code only we are writing multiple styles. Whichever the way you remember, you go and proceed. No, nobody will ask like this. You go on an array approach. No, whichever the approach you remember, you go with the plus also, no problem. You go with the backticks also, no problem. Or you can go with this one. Okay, so better if you want to show you are a professional developer, something like this, my recommendation is go with this backticks approach. because you are not writing these methods. Simply you are going to replace with the dynamic values. So my way is go with this approach. Okay.